No, Russia did not help me get elected. You know who got me elected? You know who got me elected? I got me elected. Russia didn't help me at all. Russia, if anything, I think helped the other side. What you ought to ask is this. Do you think the media helped Hillary Clinton get elected? She didn't make it. But you take a look at collusion between Hillary Clinton and the media. You take a look at collusion between Hillary Clinton and Russia. She had more to do in the campaign with Russia than I did. I had nothing to do. And by the way, that's one other thing. If you look, this is all about Russia, Russia, Russia. They don't talk about Russia anymore because it turned out to be a hoax. It was all a hoax. And then they say, gee, he fought back. Isn't that terrible? He fought back. Of course I fight back. Because it was a false accusation. A totally false accusation. And it's a disgrace. And it's a very sad period for this country. And I think in the end, I will consider what's happening now to be one of my greatest achievements, exposing this corruption.
And my name is Crystal Myers-Barber, and today, September the 30th, we're going to be looking at whether or not, well, we know that he did, performance Joe Biden had indeed something that was there helping him out. I'm going to be exploring that with you, so welcome to my broadcast. As everyone knows, there was a presidential debate last night, and it was the first one. Now we have an article being put out by Fox News saying that the Trump camp is seeking extra debate rule third-party inspectors to look for electronic devices in candidates' ears. And out of this whole article, the only thing that is important is pretty much that piece of information. Yeah, basically they wanted to check him, Biden, but they declined and would not allow him to do it. They would not allow him to inspect whether or not he had anything like that on him. So they basically would not allow it, which to me makes him extremely guilty. And here's something else that I would also find that makes them very guilty. I'm on Twitter again. Joe Biden did not wear a wire to aid him in the debate. Lead stories PolitiFact confirm. I mean, just the fact that this is in the news and they're covering it so heavily points to me that he 100% did, because you know we have the media working for him. We have the media against America and Trump supporters, and so for them to go out and do articles and hit pieces on, you know, talking about basically there's no way Biden wore a wire to aid him in the debate, and it just goes on Associated Press and all these fake, you know, outlets that we can't trust, the Hill and so forth. These are the biggest liars of the, as I call them, the arm bell, trying to push their narrative and deceive people and fool people, when we very well know that last night Biden was at the top of his game. I've never seen him really even complete a few sentences, and he was able to come back and do, in my opinion, like, who was this guy? Who was this performance guy, Joe? What kind of, like, who entered into this person to help him go and answer these types of questions and just, you know, behave the way he was behaving versus the senile Alzheimer patient that doesn't pretty much know where he is half the time. And next we're going to go over this picture that is being spread around the web. We basically are looking at his ear, and we're seeing here, you know, they show him without the piece and then they show him with it there. You know, see how it blends right into his skin, and you know, you really wouldn't be able to tell. So that's that. And also here's some evidence, and we're going to read this part here at the bottom. Biden camp will find excuse and reason to terminate. Number 2, Biden camp will be provided the questions ahead of time. 3, Biden camp will be provided the questions ahead of time and assistance in the form of a special communication device. But before I get into that, I want to watch this little video here someone put it out, and they said, a message from God, Joe Biden's Build Back Better sign falls off the podium.
He doesn't pay his fair share. Don't worry about that. He doesn't pay his...
All right, wait a minute, let's go back. He's trashing Trump.
You said it, Tiffany. He said, don't move. Don't sell your house because no Ohio factory will shut down.
Ohio.
In Donald Trump's America. He doesn't pay his fair share. Don't worry about that. He doesn't pay his fair share in taxes.
Anyway, I just thought you'd enjoy that. I did. Anyway, I want to go over this post here. I had told my husband, as you read here, that it was as if we were watching some robot at the debate. And so someone had posted this information and basically saying that Joe Biden has a medical device implanted in his skull, but it's called the Esteem Hearing Implant. And I actually tried to go to their website and they're blocking it. They're literally blocking me from going to the website. And then I just, I did a simple Google on YouTube, which you can do. Well, you can do it too. I can include the video, or I'll probably just record it before they take it down. And this lady, she explains it. So this is incredibly possible. But basically, I'm just going to read this here for you. It's an implant that goes into the skull above the ear. It has 2 micro wire probes that are injected into the nerves inside the ear canal. It's FDA approved and it uses bone conduction to enhance hearing. Sound waves vibrate off the bones of the skull and the wire probes send the signal directly into the ear. Basically, it's wireless and it's controlled by the push of a button. So the user can turn it on and off with a little device that fits in your pocket. And we see, Joe reaching his hand down into his pocket. Anybody can go back and look at the debate and you can see this. And you can also see this multiple times, him doing this on, when he was out there on the campaign trail. And that's how the experts at this place, Bombard's Body Language, spotted this trick. Joe Biden gets really addled and unscripted public appearances. I just basically said the same thing. And we, don't have to go on down and read all this, but we're going to next go to this video that I want to show you so you'll understand more. As I mentioned, I did try to go to the website, and if you try it, I would love to know if you could get through. But so anyway, a lot of other people have also come here and thought the same, thought process. Just because you can see in the comments that I can show you here. They're asking this person a question: did you implant Joe Biden's? And you just go through here, and here's a lot of well, it's just a couple questions that people finally did get over here. And they kind of thought the same thing. So let's hear about this device and see, what it's about.
Esteem counselor at Envoy Medical. I wanted to do a video post today because the most common question we get asked when patients are looking into the Esteem hearing implant is, what does it look like? And of course, what they're wondering is, can you really see it? Everybody wants a close look. I think for myself, over the years, looking at hearing aids, many things are said to be invisible, but if you look closely, you can see something. So I wanted to give everyone a really good look of the Esteem and what it looks like. So I have my hair up today, and I'm going to be focusing in on my left ear. I had my left ear implanted 10 years ago. I am a bilateral, so I have one on each side, but the left one is the older one. And I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer so you can get a good look. You can see there's nothing in the ear canal, okay? And now I'm going to turn my head and kind of get another look. The incision is made behind the ear and goes kind of up to right here. When you look at the Esteem, you see that there's a sound processor piece that sits in the temporal bone on the head, and then the transducers go in the middle ear. And so I wear my hair up a lot now because there's nothing to see. There's nothing in the ear canal. That's why I can go down and swim 30 feet or shower or sleep or work out or wear earbuds or whatnot. The incision, that I just did a close-up to, the incision is, not something you really see. People say, well, how do you, know that it's there? If I put my hand right above my ear, kind of above and behind, I can feel a little bit the sound processor piece. And I'm going to bring the camera closer again. so that you can get, so you can get a little bit of a better look at that right here, the sound processor piece. So the Esteem, I'm sorry, the camera, the Esteem is still the only technology that's completely implanted. And when we say completely implanted, we mean nothing in the ear canal. You sometimes hear that term, but you know, there's something in the ear canal. So this, nothing in the ear canal and completely implanted. The only outside component is a remote control, so you can control it if you need to. There isn't anything you have to wear. A lot of people still have questions. I want to show you my other ear because it's implanted, and I just don't want you to think I'm hiding something over there. So look, getting closer now on my right ear, same thing, nothing in the ear canal. And I'll get a little closer, incision right behind the ear. You really can't see it, and then the sound processor piece right about here. It's incredible technology, especially for someone active, because of this feature. And you know, what I'm not focusing on right now is that it leverages the natural ear, so it also helps with the natural sound quality. But that's what it looks like. If you have further questions, please feel free to go to our website, or you can call me directly. My direct line is 651-361-8050. I speak with everybody. If it's email, you know, my email is on the screen here. You can email me. We're here to help educate people about an option they may not be aware of. And the Esteem, of course, is something that isn't available everywhere, and so we do our best trying to answer as many questions as.
Okay, so this sounds like a really enhanced technology for someone who needs to have hear better. And I couldn't remember if I showed you this picture, but this is you know, going around the web, showing that little wire and something in his sleeve, and I'm not sure. It's just like lots of theories, and people were talking about the color of his eyes, and you know, did he have these special kind of contacts in? You know, providing pictures all over the place about how his eyes are blue usually, but they were black last night, and you know, all sorts of situations to try to explain the, you know, did he have some sort of a contact in? And as I'm doing research, of course, I'm catching him in complete lies about how he said he's not part of the Green New Deal, and then I'm finding that it is indeed listed on his campaign page that he does believe in it, and so he basically, you know, lied to everybody last night, so we can't trust anything he says. And if you want to go do more research, it's called the Mojo Lens AR contact lenses. It says they're coming, but they're already here. So like I said, there's all kinds of, you know, people trying to put this together, trying to understand how he was being fed, you know, information so that he could be so crisp and sharp. And I called him, you know, like Performance Joe. And there's my final close-up on this situation. So yeah, all sorts of theories going and being talked about all over the place. And you know, there's all sorts of things that are available that's out there. This vision that I just mentioned is led by Silicon Valley, from Apple, Amazon, Google, HP, Microsoft, all the people that are really running the show, right? So there's, you know, just a bunch of what we call rabbit holes you could go down to research further. So have fun if you want to do it. I just wanted to bring up some options. And back over here on Twitter, and all sorts of people are talking about these options. And the one person that's bringing this up, Pain Conduit at Peace Knuckles, looks like they're exploring the contact option. If you wanted to go and look at that one, you know, further, have fun. Looks like Biden is fixing his earpiece. I wonder which debate coach was in his ear telling him what to say. I still haven't, after watching that video, I haven't put together how that, you know, part would work. But he did refuse the Trump campaign's request to check to see if he did have an earpiece in there. But really, if he had had it implanted, we just saw that video, then, you know, they wouldn't have found anything in his ear, but they would have found wires. So maybe the last video I showed was not the possibility, but it was more something like this, where he did have something in his ear. And you know, there's just a bunch of ideas, I think, that we're giving you, and so there you go. And with that being said, we just don't know. We just know that he was not himself. He was in peak performance for Joe Biden, and that's pretty much all I wanted to expose tonight. Thank you for watching, and God bless. Wait, I can't end the video. I just found something else. Wait, let's watch this.
Biden's wearing a wire. What do you need a wire, bro?